Welcome back to part 2 of the Jimny build series. Today we're going to talk about all the exterior modifications I've done to the car so far and why I did them. So let's talk about the tires that I've got on the Jimny. So on the Jimny I've got General Grabber AT3s in a 215/75R15 configuration. These tires have been fantastic. They're an all-terrain tire with a decently aggressive tread, which is fantastic for off-road, but they don't have too much road noise, so you don't really feel the difference, or hear the difference rather, between the stock Jimny tires and these all-terrains. They also have a nice beefy sidewall that's nice and strong, and that helps just prevent punctures and blowouts. I've had these tires for 28,000 Ks and I have not had a single issue, and they still have plenty of tread life left in them. What's nice about these tires as well is they fall within Suzuki's warranty regulations. So you still maintain your factory warranty, even though these tires are bigger than the stock 195s. Would I recommend these General Grabbers? 100%. They're a nice strong tire that you can take off-road, but also very usable on-road. They also have a good load carrying capacity, so you're not worried about overloading the tires on your vehicle, which is very important. So please, if you have a Jimny, upgrade the tires. It also helps the car look great, which is not what they're for, but I would definitely recommend doing it. So something that goes along with your tires is the pressures and the temperatures within those tires. So on the Jimny, I've got an inbuilt tire pressure monitoring system that shows the temperature and pressure of all 4 tires to a small display in the car. This allows me to see what's going on with each tire at any given time. And it also has an alarm system that notifies me if the pressure or temperature is too high or too low. It's a very nice feature, and I would highly recommend getting that on a Jimny or any 4x4 really, as it's such an important part of driving a 4x4. Okay, so moving to the back of the car, something very obvious here is of course the side mounted ladder on the side of the back door. This was the first thing that I ever did to the car. I used to have this ladder, and before the rooftop tent I had a roof rack by Frontrunner. This is also the Frontrunner ladder. It's great, I love it. You don't use it that much, especially with the rooftop tent that comes with a telescopic ladder, but just for when you want to close the tent down, you can stand on the ladder to pull the top of the latch down and hold it down. It's more than strong enough to take 120 kilograms. If you do get this installed on your car though, make sure that the top is very tightly fastened to the car, however your installer does it. Make sure it's very tightly fastened to the car, otherwise it will shake a little bit. But really, it's been great. You can also use it to stand on the back, just to read something on top, or stand on it and then stand on the rear tire. For Jimny owners, the rear tire is strong enough for you to stand on. I wouldn't stand on it for long periods of time, but it's definitely okay to stand on just to climb up onto the roof. Now, of course, one of the most obvious external modifications I've done to the car is the rooftop tent. I'm going to make a separate video just on the rooftop tent talking about it, but I would definitely recommend for any Jimny owners who want to do longer trips, a rooftop tent. This is the Alucab LT50. It's the smallest rooftop tent they make, and it's sort of, I don't want to say specifically made for Jimnys, but it fits the Jimny perfectly. It does extend a little bit over the windscreen, which is not a problem, and it's really slimline, so when you're driving you don't really feel it in your speed and your fuel usage. Of course, there's a little bit of increase in fuel usage and a little decrease in top speed, but you don't feel it that much. Personally, it's very comfortable. It comes with a mattress inside that's very comfortable to sleep on, and you can really have 2 people in there. It's definitely comfortable enough for 2 people, and I really love it. It's got 3 windows, one on each side and one on the back, that can be just a mosquito net, completely closed or completely open, so you can get in and out of any one of them. And really, I love this tent. It's been so great. It's not cheap, but I don't think there's a better rooftop tent for a Jimny. So the Alucab LT50 is mounted on just 2 load bars. You can have a third one in the middle if you want, or if you're slightly bigger people, that stops the middle from bowing out, but I've found that 2 is definitely enough. What's nice about this tent as well is you can have other things mounted on top, whether it's surfboards or mountain bike. If you're into that sort of thing, you can have that mounted on top, up to 30 kilograms, which is quite nice for that extra space. All Jimny owners would know that space is very limited in a Jimny. I hate to admit it, but it's true. So being able to have your bed on top of the car is very convenient. What's nice as well is you can leave your duvet and pillows in there already. So when you get to camp, you just pop it open and it stays open with the hydraulic rams, and there you're sorted for your bed. You put out the side, it's got a telescopic ladder that comes with it. It's strong enough, it can hold up to 110 kilograms, and really it's perfect. For a Jimny, I don't think there is anything better. Yes, it's pricey, but if you can afford it, I would definitely recommend it. So another modification that's very obvious externally is of course the snorkel. Now this is the plastic snorkel, I believe made by Rooftop, and really I think it's great. It's I would recommend a snorkel on any 4x4. It's great for pulling cleaner air when you're on dirt roads. And if you get the full system with an airbox inside, watertight, then it helps with your water wading depth, which is obviously very good for off-road. I think it also just looks great. You do get the no drill snorkels that replace this panel, but personally I like the look of these external plastic snorkels. When you do install it, you notice a bit of a sound change as the air gets forced in, and I think it's just really cool. It's also a great spot to put a drink on at camp. It's nice and flat. Just a little extra something that I've noticed over the years of using it. I would definitely recommend this for any Jimny owner or any 4x4 owner really. Not necessarily the Rooftop one, but anyone that you can get. If you are in South Africa or Southern Africa, the Rooftop one is great. I've had no issues with it, and I think it looks great. So the last thing for today's video, and one of the most recent things I've done to the car, is you can see just over there is the Dassault 80-liter long-range tank. So this is a replacement tank. You take your stock fuel tank out and it replaces it with an 80-liter tank. And it's a must-have if you want to do any longer trips. And even just driving around town, it makes a big difference. You get such a bigger range out of the car. The stock tank's only 35 liters, and you get about 350 to 400 Ks of range out of that. With this, I can get easily 800 to 1,000 Ks on a single tank, which has just been phenomenal. What I like about the Dassault tank is it's full metal construction, and it's got quite a thick bash plate. So if you do bump it on a rock off-road, it can definitely take it. Yes, it is pricey to do a long-range tank or a tank replacement, but it's definitely worth it, especially if you want to do those longer trips. The only thing I don't like about it is the range calculator on your dashboard doesn't know that it's an 80-liter tank. So even when you're full with 80 liters, it says you only have about 400 kilometers of range, which it's not a problem. You just double that and add about 100 Ks, and that's your actual range. But it's not a big issue. Your fuel level indicator on your dashboard still works. So that's more than enough for me. As compared to the stock tank, it does add a little bit of weight, but that doesn't really bug me. The weight's nice and low down. So if anything, it gives you a bit of a better center of gravity off-road. And I don't like to carry extra fuel in the car or on the roof. So this was really a must-have for me. That's all for this video. If there's any other content you'd like to see from me, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment as well.